America runs on hard-working auto pros, and for 100 years, NAPA has been right there with them, keeping their businesses strong and their customers on the road. Since 1971, the Temps family has served the Southern Louisiana community, supplying parts to keep cars on the road, boats on the river, and the people going strong through hot summers and harsh weather. Isra Thames, grandson of the company founder I.B. Thames, has been instrumental in the growth of this business.
My grandfather started in March of 1971 with one NAPA store in a joint venture down in Lutcher, Louisiana. And then from there, my father and uncle came into the business in the late 70s and throughout the 80s and 90s. The three of them ran the company and grew quite a bit. And then in early 2000s was when I came along and started working in the business and grew from there.
Isra says that his experience working at the family's Reserve, Louisiana location gave him the foundation for running the business. But his real education came from his grandfather, father, and his uncle.
I came in early 2000s and started working in the business, worked down in Reserve, which is a few miles from Baton Rouge, and really got my feet wet, learned a lot from my father, and from there, moved to Baton Rouge in 2009 when we bought a few stores in the Baton Rouge area and began expanding from them. So we took on about a store a year throughout 2010 up to 2020 and then expanded a few years ago with a purchase of 7 more stores. Learned a lot from my grandfather. Specifically knowing how to take care of the customer and really knowing the NAPA business, being involved in the community, and saying yes.
By saying yes and serving his customers, Isra has been able to grow the business from just 3 locations to 22 since taking the helm.
So we're up to about 22 stores and still growing. We say yes a lot. That's kind of our saying around our stores and throughout our company is just say yes. We'll figure out the rest and make sure that we take care of our customer. I think most importantly for my grandfather and father and uncle is making sure that we are taking care of our people. Obviously our people are our biggest asset, and that's been most important.
Isra says that it's his team that really makes the business successful.
So of course our team is the most important asset that we have, and cultivating, hiring, retaining our team is very important to us. We consistently look at metrics about our turnover rate and making sure that we get the right person in that spot at the right time.
Constant training and education are key to keeping a business of this size running well and efficiently.
And of course, as our mindset is, our people is our biggest asset. So getting that personnel trained, properly hired, has always been a biggest challenge to get our store staff as we grow and to get them into our expectations. One thing we've done is, of course, training, having them work alongside of our current managers. We've implemented a manager trainee program where we hire someone interested in becoming in the business, and that person works alongside our current managers, floats around store to store for about 3 months, and then we position that person to take on their own store.
Keeping everything organized and running at peak efficiency is key to serving their extremely diverse clientele.
We have a very big, vast array of customers, and behind me about 5 miles is the Mississippi River. We call it the Mighty Mississippi, and it delivers an unbelievable amount of commerce, business down to our area from Baton Rouge down to New Orleans and north up to Alexandria as well. So we have a very wide array of customers, from the retail customer to the tugboats in the Mississippi River and everything in between. Of course, the river really provides us with a lot of commerce and supports the region. So we support these customers throughout the back door of our stores here in training our salespeople to go and call on the industrial customer, making sure that we have the right parts in the store for them. And then on the flip side, for the retail customer coming in the front of our stores, we are constantly updating our planograms and making sure that our stores look right, making sure that we have the right culture out front, and making sure that we are open for the right hours for those retail customers.
When you have to deal with natural disasters, as often as Southern Louisiana, having the right team and processes in place to keep up with unique demand is incredibly necessary.
Down in Louisiana, of course, we are very familiar with disasters. We've risen to the top on many occasions to help out our customers. Of course, Hurricane Katrina in 2005 was a big one for us, but then again, as of late in 2022, we had Hurricane Ida, which hit a little bit closer to home in the Baton Rouge area. We rise up to these occasions. Of course, a big partner like NAPA, lots of inventory available close by to assist us in those needs.
So what comes next for the Temps family?
We've obviously grown a lot over the past few years. I am a third generation NAPA owner, so I would love for this place to transition to the next ownership. Always thinking about this. I have a pretty big family and then a good employee network that we're working and cultivating the next generation to take over the business and really take it to the next step.
And Isra wants his legacy to be as much about independence as it is about service to his community.
So we are the only locally owned and operated parts store in Baton Rouge. So I hope that my legacy is remembered as being a very customer service oriented business owner, one that valued his employees and really just did a great name for the automotive aftermarket in Baton Rouge.